Hi everyone, I am Sanya, and in this video, I want to show you how you can extract a .meta file that you may get from a genome-wide association study or any file in general, how you can go about extracting the data for this file, especially if you have a Windows computer, because sometimes different genome-wide association studies may publish their summary statistics, or different files or different studies or different individuals may publish the results in different file types. And this is an example for a .meta file, but you can probably use the same tools for other types of files. So I kind of wanted to show you a workaround that I came upon. So here, for instance, you can see this is Stainer ADHD meta filtered NA-IPsych. These are just some of, this is just the file here, the .gz file. So we are going to go and we can download this file here. And when we download it, we can download this here to our computer. And in general, that's important because, for instance, like if you're trying to look up like summary statistics for bipolar disorder published in 2021, you may have like some variant file and some gibberish that you can't understand. So if you try to open up, or sometimes you may not even be able to open it up, especially on a Windows computer, it is especially more difficult sometimes. So now you can see that I have in my downloads ADHD GWAS, the genome-wide association study with SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms and other markers as well. So it's a .meta file. So I'm really a little bit have been stumped with this earlier as well. But one of the things you can try to do is you can try to do the following. You can, if you try to open it, it might complain and tell you that you can't open it, not responding. And if you open it, you'll just get a bunch of gibberish here, which is not good. So what do we do here? Well, luckily I have a workaround for this that I learned about, and I think it's really helpful. So big thanks to the people in my lab who kind of helped me out with this. So what you can do is you can luckily just use Ubuntu itself. So what we'll see is that this file here is, so how do we extract it? How do we get the text file data out of it? Well, we can just navigate directly to our C drive. So again, you'll see that this is the C user Sanya downloads ADHD GWAS. So we can just go there directly here. So we can go to CD MNTC users Sanya downloads. So I'll also just keep this up too for your reference here. So what we can see is that we have this here, downloads, and then we have AD. So we can, because this is multiple things, we can probably just put this in quotes here and then have ADHD GWAS. And then you can ls and you'll see that we have this meta.gz here. Since this is a .gz, in another video I'd also shown about the gun zip. So you can just do gun zip and Stainer. So you can gun zip it and you'll see that something's changed here. So it goes from a GZ file to now a meta file. But it says it's too large for Notepad. And if you try importing it in R, I encountered some difficulties too, where it wasn't really working for me. So, and I think it's a bit more intuitive to just have this, click enter again. So one of the things you can just do, which is really simple, is you can just do CP for copy. You can have your file here. And the way that it works is you have your CP, you have your file, and you can have it as ADHD 2019 GWAS.txt. So there are these few arguments here that you will need. this one here is for, this is for copying. And this part here is the file. This here is the file you want to copy. And this is the new file and format. So those are the arguments here. So this is, this is copying. So this is the CP is for copying, C and P. This is the file you want to copy. You want to copy this .meta file. And this is the new file and format that you want. So we want it to be a .txt, a text file. So let's try running it now. It's a bit large, so it might take a little bit of time, but we can monitor the two. And I also kind of wanted to show you just a few other quick tricks that you could do as well if you wanted to just check this out. You can also just do, we can also do, you can click the following here. Let me just show you a few other quick tricks that we can do. So I'm just going to take you to another session here. CD mount C. I just kind of want to show you a few of these below that I have. So CD mount C, users, Anya downloads, and then this is ADHD GWAS, and I'm going to put this in quotes because there's a space between them, and we wanted to know that the file path is continuous. That's why we add the quotes. So we can also do less. So again, we can just do ls to list everything inside. So now it's a meta, whereas before it was a .gz. We had finished the gun zip, and that's why we have that there. It's still running. So we can just do less. And this is just going to print out a little snapshot of what the data looks like, which is great because we couldn't even view it before when we were trying to click this. If you remember, we tried clicking this and we just couldn't even view it. So that's why I thought that this is so cool, because you can even at least see that it's a functioning data file. So that's pretty awesome. Another thing I wanted to show you guys. So you can press Q to quit that view, and just to view as well. You can also just view the head minus n of invalid head. Oh, sorry, head minus n. And then you can view the first, let's say if you want to view the first 10 lines of that, that's what you can do with head. So you can do that with head. And then if you want to write those out to a dummy file, you can just do test 100 lines ADHD.txt. That's what this will do. It's going to output them. It's going to output it to this file name here. And this is head, and 10 is saying that I just want to get the top 10 lines from this file and output them. So we can just quickly do that. And we can see that it has indeed worked. So we have the first 10 lines here. Now the copy operation is going to take some time because this is a pretty huge file. So what we were running here might just take a little bit of time. So you just have to bear tight. So this is taking a kind of long. So I just show you that in the end, just to show you that it did work out for me. So we can see the ADHD 2019 GWAS here. So you can just load it into R, or you can even just see the first 100 rows in general too. So as you can see here that it works, and it's a text document that you can work with. You can load directly in R. You know, for instance, like you can do the following. For instance, with this giant GWAS data set, you can just like load it all in from this file path. You know, the Tanya downloads ADHD GWAS, ADHD 2019 GWAS header is true, n rows is 100, helps you read in 100, just because this original file has so many rows in it, which you could also see from here. You can get WCL will count the number of lines in this file here. You could do that and it will already show you that there are about 8,094,095 different rows and snips. So it's going to take a while again to load that. So we can just click this and we can view this data frame directly and see that we can do head df and see that it does give us like the first 100 rows. And that's what we got from our ADHD GWAS by using, you know, Ubuntu, a Windows subsystem for Linux. So I hope that this helped. And in general, if you can't open any file in Windows, please don't get frustrated. I think you can use Ubuntu, and I have a video on how to download that Windows subsystem for Linux emulator. And hopefully this will help you guys out, as it has helped me as well, because I wasn't sure before how to access such data. So yeah, please let me know if you have any questions at all. Thank you and have a great day.